So guys, I just want to say right now, a disclaimer for this video, I'm not trying to offend anybody, piss anybody off, step on anyone's beliefs, step on anyone's lifestyle, or say anything about anyone's lifestyle that is meant to offend them or meant to try and control them as a person, whether it be anything. But I keep hearing jokes and serious things about a straight Pride Day. And here's what I thought a straight Pride Day would be. Being a straight person, but I also can't speak on behalf of gay people, so I don't know if what I'm saying is going to offend anyone or if it's politically incorrect. And I sort of don't care. Maybe we want to go a day without hearing about somebody coming out of the closet. Because, believe it or not, you may feel like a minority, but I have not gone a day this year without hearing about somebody who was gay and got married. No, people didn't know they were gay, or they might have known, and they came out. They had told their family and friends, but they felt the need to tell their teammates, or tell their castmates, or something like that. So it's something where I hear it every day. Almost every fucking day. And I don't mind that, because live your life, do whatever you want, have the life you want. But there are people out there that are just like, we get it. We respect your choice. We respect whatever you want to do or be. Who you want to love. But I don't go and walk up to my gay friends and say, oh, by the way, I'm straight. I have to come out to you as straight. You know, and I would never want to make someone feel guilty because they're gay or trans or anything like that. Don't tell me. And you want to know why I say that? Not because I want to be rude, not because I want to hurt somebody, not because I want someone to feel lesser than me, but because I want them to feel normal. I want them to feel like they can do it without telling me. If I ask you because I'm curious, you can tell me. Or you can tell me that it's none of my business. You can do that nicely. You can say, sorry, it's none of your business. Because it's not. Okay? You choose to make it other people's business. You also, as a group, cannot want to be treated equally and normally, but expect everyone to celebrate something that is your business. It is your business who you take home with you from the club and sleep with, or date, or marry. What gender they are, what sexuality they are, what sexuality you are, what you do is your business. And you can't get mad at people who don't want to hear about that. You can't get mad about people not wanting to throw a fucking party every time somebody says, oh, I'm gay, or oh, I'm a lesbian, or oh, I'm bi, or oh, I'm trans. Everyone knows, that's a grown-up that understands these things, that these things exist and that these things are part of some people's lives. And in most cases, you're not going to have a lot of people hating on you severely enough that they want to hurt you or do you harm for it. They either don't care and don't want to hear about it, or they just avoid you. Because that's what I do if I don't like something or don't like somebody. I avoid them. I don't care enough to go out of my way to try and start a fight with them. But if you go out of your way to get noticed for it, and you go out of your way to draw attention to that thing about yourself, it's kind of like if I went out in public in a two-piece swimsuit. I weigh 312, and I'm 5'9". If I went out in public in a two-piece swimsuit and somebody called me fat, I would kind of expect it. And no, I'm not trying to victim blame either. Do I think that people deserve to get beat up because they're homosexuals? No. Do I think trans do? No. Do I think people that are non-binary do? No. Live your life, do what you want to do. Nobody deserves to harass you for that. Nobody needs to fucking do that. But also, you can't expect people to transition with you or to throw a party every time that someone comes out. And if they don't, you can't hate them for that, because they may have been raised completely different than you, had completely different life experiences than you, and they may have a good reason, they might not have a good reason. But everybody's life is different, and everyone has different viewpoints. But back to my original point of this video, what I think a straight Pride Day may look like. And starting out with saying that people not having to hear about someone coming out, because let's be honest, at this point, it is a normal part of society. There are countries where it's not. Those are the countries where they need to go and fight for those rights. In the United States, you're pretty much, to my knowledge, it seems like it's okay, because you don't hear about people getting beat up the minute they come out as homosexual. And that's how it used to be in this country. And there are parts of this country that are very backwards, and I realize that. But for the most part, there are safe places for people to go where they will not be harmed for being gay or trans or non-binary or any of the other things that I don't know about. Another part of it may be straight people being able to go and ask somebody on a date or have a conversation with somebody without being demonized because they use the wrong pronouns or the wrong gender descriptive words. I don't know if you want to be called they, them, or he or she when I first meet you. But I've heard of situations where people expect people to know. They expect a perfect fucking stranger to know their life, their journey, their reasoning, and what they want to be called. And I've seen it in so many cases. And I feel like there should be a day, at least a fucking day, where if somebody does that to you, whether they're straight or not, because they don't know you personally and don't know the things that you have set up for yourself in your personal fucking life and in your personal vernacular, that you're not allowed to get mad at them. Because guess what? They're probably still learning about the lifestyle that you chose to adopt and that you are part of. They don't know you. They don't know the things that you partake in, and they don't know why you want to be called this instead of that, or an umbrella term instead of a definitive term. A day where a straight person can go out and try and get a date with another straight person without worrying if the person's biological genitals match their appearance. I'm sorry, but if I go up to a guy thinking he's a fucking guy, and we go to do it after we've been dating for 3 months, or however long, and he pulls his fucking pants down and there's a vagina, I'm gonna break up with him. Especially, and if he didn't tell me, I'm gonna break up with him and I'm gonna say, no disrespect, but I don't find vaginas attractive. I don't find them sexually appealing. We cannot be intimate. And that's a big deal to me in a relationship. It's not the only thing in a relationship, but it's a big deal to me. And I have one of my own. And I want to date a man who was born a man. If you used to be a woman, and you had a penis made out of your vagina, or however they do it. I know how they turn the penis into a vagina, but I'm not sure how they... But anyway, I don't want you to come at me. Because to me, you are still very much a gay woman. Okay? It's not meant to be disrespectful, but I see you as what you were born as and what God created you as. I also think mutilating your entire body is not helping your mental health. It may make you feel some sense of relief, but it's really not treating the problem, because it's a problem that for most people that are actually transgender and don't just use the fancy words, from what I've heard actual transgender people talking about it, it seems to me that there are a lot of people out there that fake it, and there are a lot of people out there that don't actually have the gender dysphoria diagnosis, but it's trendy to them, and they want to fit in, and they want to stand out. And if that is you, you are disrespecting the community more than anything I just fucking said does. I'm being honest about what I think about a person, or what I think about a situation. And I'm being honest and upfront about it, which is at least respectful enough to be honest. And I'm not doing it in a derogatory way. I'm not saying that because I think that person should have stayed what they were biologically, or that if they had surgery top and bottom, that they, to me, are still what they were born as. I'm not saying that because of that, I think that they're a disgusting person. I'm not saying that because of that, that they are less than me, or that they deserve cruel treatment or something like that. I believe they're still a person. They are worthy of respect, being treated decently, and they are worthy of finding what they want in life and finding who they want in life. But I can assure you that if you were born a woman and became a man, you're not what I want. And I'm probably not what you want either. So if you see me out in public, don't come at me if you find me attractive, if that applies to you. I will give you the respect of avoiding you and leaving you alone. I won't have to say anything to you that's going to hurt your feelings, and you won't have to have your feelings hurt if you just avoid me. I respect all the work, the research, the time, the effort, and everything that is put into transgenderism and trying to help people that are transgender. But I don't think it's right. Because to me, and this is just how I see it, Transgender people aren't treated like most mental illnesses that you think about, like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. Those mental illnesses are usually treated with therapy and medication. They are suppressed. They are trying to fix that person and help their brain, change, either by chemistry or by slowly changing your thought processes to try and improve the way that you live and improve your, state of being up in your head. Whereas transgenderism, it's almost like they're telling them it's okay for you to go and permanently fuck up your body, take hormones that will make you infertile and sterile, do surgeries on your body that you can't take back, even if you become, even if you somehow go through therapy or something else that makes you feel better and less dysphoric about your gender. If something else manages to help you and you've done all these things to your body and you want to go back, but you've had gender reassignment, I don't think they can go back after that. And I don't want to tell anyone how to live their life, because I don't know how someone feels that is before or after. But, and this is also why I disagree with people letting their kids take hormones and stuff like that before they've even hit fucking puberty. But that's a different fucking video, and I'm pretty sure I've touched on that topic. If I haven't, I will. If you want me to, leave a comment telling me. But I feel like it's almost like telling someone with suicidal thoughts, okay, it's okay for you to attempt suicide or to cut yourself. Because that's what satiates those thoughts. That's what, if you cut yourself, you get some kind of relief, right? If you attempt to kill yourself and you succeed, you're doing what you wanted to do. Someone who's schizophrenic and says, I don't want to take meds, I would rather hear the voices and listen to them. A doctor's not going to tell them that they can do that. A doctor's not going to tell a suicidal patient from depression that they can go ahead and cut. But for some reason, when a transgender comes to a therapist and says, I think I'm going to go through with these surgeries and these hormones, the therapist, the doctor, what have you, says, that's okay for you. It's okay for you to permanently do something that you can't take back because of a problem that may end up being temporary. I don't know what the answer is for it, but I'm pretty sure mutilating yourself is not the answer. But again, I say, I don't know what makes you happy, or what really constitutes having it. And again, I was going to talk about what straight pride would be, and I got off topic. But maybe these are things that have been in my head and on my mind for a long time, and I feel like I should address them. And I tried to put enough of a disclaimer in this beginning of this video that I wouldn't offend anybody. That never works. But we all know that I talk about things that are harsh, that are rough around the edges. I curse, I say shit I don't mean. Well, I say shit that most of the time I know what I'm talking about and I mean. Or I've thought it out enough. And I also don't want anyone to think I'm homophobic. There was a point in time where I was very homophobic. And I don't know how I got to the conclusion that I did, but I was sitting there thinking one day, has a gay person ever done anything to me? The answer to that is obviously fucking no. But I feel like straight pride would be what gay pride is, but less upscale. Because gay pride is a place for people to feel comfortable about being gay or trans or whatever alternate sexuality you are besides straight, obviously, or cis. And for those of you that don't know what those terms mean, you probably know what homosexuality is, you probably know what straight is. Cis means that you identify as the gender you were born. Plain and simple. The gender you are biologically, you identify with, and you're fine with it. I don't know what makes somebody not identify with it. I don't know what makes them even to question it, but there's got to be something going on up here, and I feel like they should work on here instead of working on this. That's basically what I was saying, but I wanted to do it in such a way that it wasn't seeming just me telling someone else what to do with their life, because I would never think, because I've had plenty of people butt into my fucking life and try and tell me what to do with this, or what job to apply for, or what I should be trying to do, or what I should go to school for, and honestly, none of the things they tell me would make me fucking happy, and I don't do them. So, I would never dream of doing it to somebody else. But these are thoughts that are in my head that, you know, you kind of have to get out, and maybe sometimes you want other people's input and to see if anybody either thinks sort of like you, or to see if what you're thinking even makes sense. And I know this video started out as one thing and has morphed into a completely another thing, but I think I'm just going to call this video my thoughts on straight pride, because it started out that way and it's gone from one thing to the next. And I'm going to end it here because I feel like I've made my point. I feel like I've been talking for too long, and I'm sorry if anything I said was offensive. Because I honestly, for once, was not trying to be like the I don't give a fuck, I'm going to offend you anyway kind of person. Thank you for watching. And I also wasn't trying to steal the spotlight by releasing this video during Pride Month.